Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm okay. I'm doing pretty better. Good. I'm better. My energy's back, at least. This cold really, awful, awful, and I get it every December. I don't know what it is. The kids bring it home. The grandkids bring it home. Even though none of them was sick, so I don't. I got it at church Christmas Eve. I don't know. People can't stay home when they're sick. They got to go out. I don't know. I've never understood that. But yesterday during the video I made, I was talking about a little bit about endolymphatic fluid, and I was kind of wrong about that. So I'm here to correct the wrong and make it right. And thanks to my good friend Neil, who kind of led me that way. When I'm wrong, when he doesn't agree with something that I did, he lets me know in a nice way, and I tend to do my own little research, which is something I probably should have researched a long time ago, instead of listening to four doctors. But I trust doctors, so I don't think they're gonna lie, and knowing me, I probably misunderstood them. So let's go talking about it. So yesterday, I said that the endolymphatic fluid in her ears is almost like stomach acid. Well, I was wrong, as you can tell. Actually, it is a potassium fluid, with sodium and potassium. Excuse me, which will make sense because when the membrane ruptures, the fluids mix. They're two different fluids, but they're potassium. And when they mix, that's what gets all our dizziness and vertigo and all that fun stuff. Hearing loss, tinnitus, everything goes haywire. The acid, and I always thought it was, I was always told, well, it's like the stomach acid in your ears, in your stomach. It was like, it's like the stomach acid. And I was like, okay, that might explain nerve damage, and that's why I was talking about nerve damage yesterday. Excuse me. So, I looked it up, and it's potassium, like I said. And the acid in your stomach is hydrochloric acid. Okay, so that makes sense. People get ulcers that build up enough of that and burns a hole in your stomach. So yeah, it's actually, the fluid in your ear is actually potassium based with sodium. And it makes a lot of sense why they tell us to have a low sodium diet, so we don't build up too much sodium into our inner ear and would rupture the membrane. If there's too much, it's just going to expand, and then poop, rupture it. So, and sometimes it is also known as Scarpa fluid, which is after Antonio Scarpa. I don't know who Antonio Scarpa is, but hey, they named a fluid after him, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I was wrong, and it happens, and I'm one of those guys that when I'm wrong, somebody calls me out on it, I do the research first, make sure I got it right, and then I'll do another video saying, hey man, I was wrong. So I'm sorry, I should have looked it up, like I said, long ago, and I didn't, because I had four doctors telling me that, I had many of his patients telling me that, and, sometimes I think, oh, well, it's obvious, blah, 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 blah. And I apologize for that, because if I'm going to be doing videos, I need to be somewhat accurate. But yeah, it's the endolymphatic fluid is potassium. And it, with the values of sodium and potassium concentration in the endolymph being, I don't know, what is this, 0.91 millimeters to whatever mm is, and 154 mm respectively. So that's it, man. Real short video. It's not the same as stomach acid. It's totally different. It also means like the hearing loss, which would make sense that those silicas aren't standing up nice and pretty because there's too much of the potassium sodium fluid in your ear and they lay down. Which still gets to me that if you get so much fluid building up in your inner ear, I don't know if stem cell is going to actually make those hairs grow, because they're not dead. They're just laying flat. So I don't think that's going to help. But you never know. They're doing all kinds of new research every day. I mean, I don't see anything in the U.S. for research with stem cells for inner ear. I do know that there are things that stem cells do help. My friend Pat was very sick about 5 years ago, and he's like one of my oldest friends. We've been friends since we were like, I think 3.5, 4 years old. And he had a real bad, I think it was leukemia, really bad. And it was like nothing was working. They did a stem cell implant from another person that matched his blood type and all that. And he got better. He's clean, living life, and he's doing acting now, which is awesome. He's been in a couple shows and things like that. Pat's a great guy. I always love when I see my friend Pat. Don't see him too often anymore, but it's always a good time when I see Pat. But so there are things that stem cells do help. But it's like I said yesterday with the AI. You gotta watch out, because there's so much AI out there that people literally take shit. I'm sorry, I gotta use it. They take shit, throw it against the wall to see if it'll stick. They do it, and I don't know why they do it. Because they like busting balls and or doing whatever. They think they get the jollies out of it. I don't know, but it does happen. So again, I apologize for being wrong about the endolymphatic fluid. It is actually potassium salt, not the stomach fluid, the stomach acid, which is hydrochloric acid, which can do a number on anything. And I'm sorry about that. So I just want to get it straight that I was wrong, and after doing some research, which I should have done a while ago, and not just always take the word of a doctor, that I was wrong. So on that note, hey guys, have a great day, great night. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.